I've been making YouTube videos for over 9 years now. I've made over 800 videos across 5 different channels. I've made a gaming channel, I've made a Pokemon card channel, I've built a YouTube channel to over 1600 subscribers and walked away from it. I've chased every trend that you could possibly think of, and I still haven't made a single penny from YouTube. So why am I still here? Because every single failure, every single new thing I've tried over the past 9 years has taught me something important. And if everything I've learned throughout my time on YouTube can help just one person going through the same struggles that I did, then it's worth making the video. The first lesson I wanted to share with you guys is education over entertainment. So for those of you that don't know, YouTube is basically split into 2 main categories. There is the entertainment side of YouTube. So think Dude Perfect, Mr. Beast, all of these big entertainment type channels. And there is the educational side of YouTube, vidIQ, Think Media, channels that teach you how to do something or how to solve a specific problem, right? YouTube is one of the biggest search platforms in the entire world, and it's usually the first place that people come to look for a solution to a problem. I spent 2 years building a Pokemon card channel to over 1700 subscribers. I filmed card openings, I made friends, I even attended the Pokemon World Championships. It was absolutely amazing. But the problem was, it was a pure entertainment based channel. It was fun to watch, but it didn't actually solve a problem for anyone. Eventually I had to stop because Pokemon cards are really expensive. We just became parents and I just couldn't compete with the bigger channels in that space because they had way more money, way more time, and usually the first person that opens a new Pokemon card product gets the majority of the views in that space. The best performing videos on that Pokemon card channel were actually me helping other people. So I made a few different tutorial videos. I made one on how to actually become a Pokemon card creator, how to obtain a certain suit in the Spider-Man game. They were all very specific, but those videos had a 100x outlier compared to all of my other videos because I was solving a very specific problem for a very specific person. If you want to make money from content, if you want to find some way to monetize it, then focus on teaching people how to solve problems. And just a quick thing before we continue, if you are a content creator with ADHD who struggles to make videos consistently, I've created a free toolkit with AI prompts to help you with everything from coming up with video ideas to scripting and editing videos, completely free. Links down below in the description. And that brings us to the second lesson, which is personal brand over faceless content. Now, for those of you that don't know, I have actually created multiple faceless YouTube channels. It's essentially just using AI to create YouTube videos for you. You're not on camera. It's completely faceless. After I built the Pokemon channel and walked away from it, I took a year's break from YouTube. I was still watching YouTube videos, I just wasn't making them. AI was everywhere at this point. Everyone was talking about AI tools and faceless YouTube automation was massive at that time. I created my first faceless channel called Knowledge Night, which was essentially just a YouTube Shorts channel focused on making fun facts. It was fun, but it was a trend, so it died out. I then created a second channel called Beast Blender, which was focused on these short videos where animals or creatures would come together through a fusion technique. Again, I was just following the trend that was working, but the channel died out when the trend did. I then created one called Animal Adventures. I basically copied a successful YouTube Shorts channel. They were making videos about specific animals going on these adventures and journeys together. People absolutely loved it. They were getting hundreds of millions of views. So I thought, if I copied their exact strategy, surely that will work and I'll make money from it. It did not, because it just doesn't work like that on YouTube. I then tried TikTok Shop, which was different. That was where I actually made the first amount of money that I had ever made online. I made £100, but I had to post 3 to 4 TikToks a day. I burned out in weeks and it completely destroyed my attention span. The pattern I noticed after looking back at this is I just kept chasing trends. I kept hiding behind faceless content because it felt safer for me. The breakthrough happened when I started this channel, which although started as another faceless YouTube channel, I then decided to pivot the channel into building a personal brand instead. I've been watching a few different videos from creators who were talking about how powerful a personal brand would be in the world of AI videos. There is essentially no barrier to entry for anyone to just download an AI tool and use it to create some generic YouTube video that doesn't really solve a problem and doesn't really provide any value. And I know this because I've gone through the process of making those videos myself. Being authentic and being yourself on camera is going to be so much more powerful than it's ever been this year, because one, people are just tired of AI stock videos. Two, it builds trust. Me talking to you guys on camera and just being myself, you probably feel a lot more trust towards me right now, as opposed to if this were a faceless YouTube channel. It's just human to human connection, right? And three, it allows me to share my journey and my story with you guys. Lesson 3, systems over willpower. The pattern I kept repeating throughout my time on YouTube is that I would start something and I would go all in. I would learn everything I can and just be completely hyper-focused on it for the first month. It feels great. You're starting something new. You get that hit of dopamine in your brain up here. Then you start slowing down after 2 or 3 months because you weren't really passionate about it in the first place. And eventually you burn out and crash, disappear for a few months, find a new business model, and then repeat that process. That's essentially what happened to me. I kept thinking to myself that there was something wrong with me, genuinely. I thought, I've seen so many other people online in the world make some sort of success out of content or YouTube. And I thought, I have tried so many different things for so many years. Why can I not just make this work? Then in January last year, I was diagnosed with ADHD and slight autism, which completely changed everything for me. It was the moment I needed to finally start understanding how my brain actually works. The hyper-focus sessions, the burnout crashes, the shiny object syndrome, it all made so much more sense when I realized I actually had ADHD. It was the way my brain was actually wired. So I stopped relying on motivation because by this point I've already built up good enough habits and a baseline level of motivation to get things done throughout the day. I started focusing on building systems instead, and I used AI to help me build those systems without completely replacing me in the process. So the lesson here is that your brain doesn't need more willpower. It just needs better systems that work with your brain instead of against it. As James Clear says in Atomic Habits, one of my favorite books, by the way, you don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. Systems remove decisions. Decisions drain mental energy. No decisions means more energy for creativity and making YouTube videos. That brings us on to the next lesson, which is use AI to enhance your creativity, not replace it. The trap that I fell into when I first discovered AI and faceless YouTube automation, I thought it was the answer to all of my problems. I thought if I can just build a system with certain AI tools to make all of my content for me, I can just sit back, relax, and watch the money come in. After all of my time on YouTube and after everything I've learned, especially over the past few years, I realized how wrong I was. The problem is that AI generated slop content is just anywhere and everywhere now. It's so easy to make. There's no barrier to entry. Anyone can make it, and people are just getting sick of it by this point. AI should not replace you. It should enhance your creativity and your uniqueness as a human being, right? So an example of this, I actually use Claude as my AI-powered journal. It helps me process my emotions and thoughts. It helps me understand why I thought about things a certain way throughout the day. And I have then set that up to use when helping me create script outlines for my videos. So all of the examples and stories that I share with you guys are from my actual real life. So essentially the core of my video, the stories, the vulnerability, the teaching, that's all me. I just use AI to store information that would otherwise take space up here and refer to it when I need it. And that brings me on to the 5th and final lesson I wanted to share with you guys. Stop chasing trends, start solving problems. For years, I chased subscribers and views, all of the vanity metrics, right? I looked at what was trending and tried to copy it exactly. The problem was that every time one of these trends died out, my channel died out with it. The videos that performed best out of all of my channels were the ones where I helped solve a real problem for a real person, even something silly as unlocking a purple suit in a Spider-Man game. If you solve someone's specific problem, they'll watch, engage with you, and start to trust you more. If I could go back to 2017, where I started my first YouTube video, knowing everything I do today, I would have saved myself years of struggle and chasing trends, which would lead to nothing essentially. But you don't have to wait 9 years. You don't have to spend the next 9 years going through the same struggles that I did, because, you know, they're too late. I've done it. So I've learned from it, and hopefully some of the lessons I've shared in this video can help some of you guys out. Don't forget to grab that free AI toolkit I mentioned earlier, completely free, links in the description below. Now, everything you just learned works way better if you understand a bit more about the way your brain actually works. So make sure to check out this video next, where I show you how I use Claude as my personal AI powered journal. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.